each night, 1 in every 9 people go to bed hungry, according to the Food Aid Foundation. World hunger has caused nearly half of the deaths in 3.1 million children each year, with population growth placing a strain on limited natural resource base and changing weather patterns, creating more drought and floods. Feeding the world of the future presents a serious challenge. If the U.S. were to invest $5 billion annually in emergency, safety net, nutrition, and agricultural development programs, which only make up 0.1% of the U.S. budget, food security would increase for hundreds of millions of people worldwide, according to the globalcitizen.org. The World Food Program USA has been on the front lines fighting hunger and famine since 1962, reaching over 90 million of the world's most vulnerable people each year. According to the WFP USA, they provided cash-based assistance in the form of food vouchers and e-cards, which enables families to purchase fresh and locally grown food. In poor countries, a WFP-supported school meal is often the only regular meal a child receives. The WFP uses nutrition-sensitive planning and strives to include fresh foods to make meals as nutritious as possible. Reducing hunger and increasing the economic well-being of people around the world, where 95% of consumers live, helps to create a more prosperous and stable markets for U.S. goods and services, according to the globalcitizen.org as well. Public opinion polls show that consistent support from the vast majority of people in the U.S. for programs to end hunger and assist poor people around the world in their efforts to reach self-sufficiency. According to whyhunger.org, in just the U.S. alone, there's 15 million households suffering from food insecurity, with around 5.8 million of them being severely food insecure, meaning that the people that live in them are often hungry. According to the WFP USA, if each of us donated just $50, a child in need could be fed for an entire school year to follow. And if you can't give directly, then there are other ways to help as well, including fundraising on Facebook, asking people to donate for your birthday, and making your next 5K run support families facing hunger across the globe. The WFP works in more than 80 countries, providing food for almost 90 million people. Ending hunger isn't a question of supply anymore. The world produces enough food to feed everyone on the planet. Zero hunger is achievable, but there's still a very long way to go. The main drivers of hunger in our world today include conflict, extreme weather, natural disasters, and extreme poverty. And let's not forget about that $1 trillion of food that's lost or wasted every year, accounting for approximately 1/3 of the world's food. So what's being done, you may ask? The WFP rations non-perishables like flour, dried beans, cooking oil, and salt, and stores them in containers so that they won't spoil for weeks or even months to come, to ensure that nothing gets thrown away. The U.S. Farm Bill authorizes several critical programs that take American-grown crops like rice, corn, wheat, and soybeans and distributes them to vulnerable people in need. It's just one of the many policies that the WFP works on to end hunger. But sadly, when starvation kicks in, the body starts to consume energy stores like carbohydrates and fats, and then the protein part of the tissue. Your metabolism slows, and the body can't regulate its temperature anymore. Its kidney functions shut down, and the immune system weakens. The heart, lungs, and ovaries and testes shrink along with the muscles and makes people feel weak. Body temperature drops, and people can feel chilled. People can become irritable, and it becomes difficult to concentrate. Eventually, nothing is left for the body to consume. And once protein stores start getting used, death is not far, states Nancy Zucker, who's the director of Duke Center for Eating Disorders at Duke University. So thanks to the WFP, millions of people will never have to experience this pain and suffering, but they can't do it without the support. By becoming a zero hunger hero, you can be the difference between a child going to bed hungry and waking up with a nourishing meal. So by donating a monthly gift to these malnourished people, you're helping the WFP invest in all of the projects I mentioned previously and many more. Not all children who are starving have to starve, and you can make that difference. Once again, by donating, you're providing people all over the world with food vouchers and e-cards, non-perishable goods, and the chance to outlive starvation once and for all. Remember to make a difference. We have to take action now before it's all too late. Does anyone have any questions?
What do you think world hunger will look like in 2050?
So by 2050, it's estimated that climate change can possibly push almost 24 million people or children into starvation.
Do you think world hunger has a solution?
So if we implement the policies that the WFP puts into place, I definitely think that world hunger can be solved.
Why don't these countries have any food?
Why don't these countries have any food? Well, there are three of the biggest reasons why they don't have any food is because of natural disasters taking out the land that they farm on, and then violence in countries, wars, they become war zones. You can no longer farm food on those fields. And then drought is also another big reason. When there's a drought, you can't plant food anymore. And then one of the biggest reasons is because a lot of these people don't have economic stability, so they don't have the money for the food in the world. Thank you very much.